We'll start us up. All right, all right. LDBC, LDMMAC. This is your boy, Coach Sheldon Harrison. You're live on the Coach Sheldon Harrison Combat Sports Show live. And guys, she driving. Hey, we got to be careful now. We got to be careful to the future champ now. Can't have the champ crashing into the walls. Okay, I got Miss Tatiana Suarez in the building. Tatiana, how you doing this early morning?
I am doing well. I'm just driving.
Yeah, you driving,
Just
you know.
what on the road though. My eyes are on the road. But I'm talking to you.
Okay. Yeah, you driving on the road, you talking to the coach, and we can't get pulled over by no cops though. Now
No.
now what we
That's
doing?
why I can't I have
No, go ahead. I'm
uh,
listening to you.
oh no, I just said I'm not holding the phone.
Okay. Don't hold the phone. Now Tatiana, if
Because
you notice, I'm paying attention to you the whole time. But this is a live stream, it's a live stream interview. And people are here in real time and
oh
they get to talk to you or they can ask questions, in real time. I thought it's more, kind of cool, connect you with fans faster. That kind of stuff.
oh wow, that's cool. I like that.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you cool, and that's why I'm thankful. Thank you again for taking your time, Tatiana. I gotta ask you. I gotta ask you. First of all, I noticed that you got a strong faith in God. Can you just maybe go in and discuss that? Because I know people don't ask you about that, but man, I have a faith in God, so I want to ask you.
Yeah, no, I have a strong faith in God. I wasn't always like that. I didn't grow up, like my mom never really pushed any type of religion on us. But um,
Now, bear with her, y'all, because she driving, she going in and out, and it's a road interview, so you know.
when I went through everything that I went through, I kind of was like, oh, you can't hear me.
Yeah, we can't, and it's probably because you're going in and out of spots, and that's okay. Like I said, we're rolling with it, guys, because I'm invading
Okay.
Tatiana time, not the other way around.
No, I would have. I would have. I forgot like that. I would probably be driving. I thought I would be there by now, but I guess not. I'm not there yet.
That's okay. That's okay.
I kind of woke up a little late, but no. I didn't like go to a church. One day I was at a meeting because back then I was wrestling, and I thought maybe I could get through it, get through everything, even though I was sick and everything. But my coach was like, no, you should go take care of whatever you have to take care of. Stop wrestling for a little bit, take care of your cancer, and then come back after. But then I soon realized that I could never come back to wrestling just because my neck was so bad. But yeah, no. I went to I was at like a church and not all I've always believed in God enough, but I never went to church or anything like that. I just never grew up. My mom never took us to church or anything like that. So I ended up going, and I just really, started to build a relationship with God, and I've never looked back since. I actually, since then, I was baptized. Then my mom was baptized, or actually, my little brother was baptized, and then I think it was my mom, and then my little sister was baptized, and then after that, my older brother was baptized. So it's kind of crazy how, like, my family that had no ties to the church, I never went to church before, ended up following um, through me, because they saw, the change in my heart and the change in me, and they thought, oh wow, like I see, that it's brought, you know, Tatiana to a better place, in her heart and spiritually, and I think they just kind of thought, out God as well, and that's how it happens usually. Your family brings you to God, and that's what's happened with my family. So, yeah, I have a strong belief in God, and I feel like He's put a lot of things in my past so that I can inspire others, and that's like a blessing to me. People always tell me that I'm an inspiration to them, or I motivate them, and glad that God could use me in that way.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, it really is a motivation. Despite everything you went to, now you're currently the number four ranked UFC strawweight in the world. In the world. I mean, have you kind of taken time just to maybe even for like a second just to ingest everything that you've accomplished, in a short time, even, the injuries, getting the treatments and just coming back strong. I mean, have you had just time to just say, dang, I'm about to be in a title shot pretty soon?
um, Man, it's just so weird because I've had so much faith in my coaches and my team and God that I would get to this point. Like since I started MMA, that's where obviously I wanted to be the best in the world. And it's finally I'm finally getting like recognition or whatever. But it's so weird to me because it's like I don't really do it for any of those kind of things. I just do it because I love it. It has nothing to do with like um, you know, city. Like I don't really sit back and think, oh look, I've done all these things. I just do it because I love it, and those I work really hard, and things happen when you work hard. It's like um, it's inevitable. And I know every fighter works really hard, and not everybody gets to where I'm at. I, and I noticed that like when I wrestled, I know a lot of girls. Like I saw these girls working hard every single day, and but they would never like get to because like I made multiple world teams, and like I know a lot of girls that have been wrestling for so long, and they've been trying so hard, and they never reached that number one spot. So I'm blessed to be able to be at the highest level that I'm at right now, because I know a lot of people don't get that opportunity. So that alone is a blessing. But I don't really like look like I don't really sit back and think about like, oh, I did this, this, and this. I just kind of live my life, and things happen.
Wow. Well, you definitely been living your life because, since you've been living your life, I mean, you on a seven fight win streak. And that means you're still undefeated. Okay, you're undefeated, seven fight win streak. You just got through and you dominated Carla Esparza. Tatiana, this is the question that the whole world just been wanting to know. Do you think right now is your turn for a title shot?
You know what? I've had a lot of time to think. You know, I think as hard as hard uh, as it is for me to admit, I definitely think that Andrade deserves a shot. You always want your shot because I've been working really hard. I feel like if it wasn't for my injury, after the Ultimate Fighter, I feel like this. I feel like this would be my shot right now. But I deserve. I think that Andrade deserves it. She's been fighting all the top girls, and she's beat and a lot of the top girls. I think almost all of the top girls except for Joanna. But Joanna's going up, and Joanna already got two opportunities to fight for the belt twice. Well, it was her belt one time, but she fought for it again. Um, I think it's her. I think it's her turn. And then, but someone said, "Oh, I think it's Andrade's shot." And I said, on Twitter, I said, "Yeah, I think it is. I believe it's her turn." Because they were like, "Oh, I think Tatiana should get the shot next." Someone was like, "No, I think it's Andrade's turn." And I was like, "Yeah, I agree with you. Even though I would like that, I think she deserves it before I do. But I'll just continue to work hard, and I know my opportunity will come the more I continue to work. And I just need to like focus on working hard and not really focus on when I'm going to get the title shot. Because if you just work hard and you take care of the business that you need to take care of, those opportunities will arise. I thought they would push me a lot after the Ultimate Fighter, but I got hurt, so I had to prove myself a little bit. And I think now they're starting to give me a little bit more recognition. And I don't really care about recognition at all. When I wrestled, no one no one knew me, and no one knew what I was doing except for the wrestling world, which is really, 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 really small. And so those things really don't matter to me.
Right.
But you know, I need it in terms of getting title shots and stuff like that. But if
Ta-
it wasn't for that, really, would I could care less.
Tatiana, you know how the business work. And after your fight with Carla Esparza, I'm gonna bring it back to your memory. You might start laughing at this, but you said and I'm gonna put it, in my own word. I dominated Carla Esparza, you know, and in the context, I think I got something for Rose, or in that context, I dominated Esparza. I knew you start smiling. You did it. I dominated Carla. What do you think I'll do to Rose? I mean, you got to explain that to us. I mean, you got to explain that.
Well, I just don't think Rose. Okay, like I will not take anything from Rose. She is tough. She is, she's amazing. I admire her a lot. I admire her. I think she's a great person and a great champ. I think more so, I think I like people more, like fighters more when I see the stuff, but she's just a good person in her. You can tell she's a great person, and that's what I like. And so, I'm not taking anything away from her. I respect her, but I think in terms of the grappling department, I just feel like I have an advantage. And people say, she's great on the ground, and yeah, I think she does. She trains hard. She's been doing this for I don't even know how long. She's been doing it so long. Maybe 10 years, even. I know she's no slouch. I know that for a fact. But I feel like in the grappling department, I definitely have an advantage over her. And people keep saying, well, Rose is a different fighter than she was, when she fought Carla. But I think Carla's a different fighter than she was when she fought Rose. I mean, people think only one person evolved there. I think that's kind of silly to think that only Rose evolved and Carla did not, because that's not true. I think all the girls in this division have evolved. Look at Angela Hill. She lost like 4 in a row or something like that, or
Yeah.
I don't know. She got cut, went on to win the Invicta Championship, and now is back in the UFC, and she's doing well. Yeah, she lost, a decision to Courtney Casey, but she did really well. And she fought Andrade also, which is a really tough fight, and she went to a decision with her as well. When we've seen what Andrade does to many of the girls in the top 5, she's been doing really well. So I mean, she's just an example of how much the girls have improved since that show, Top 20. So I think I just think in that department I have an advantage, and no one's been able. I think a lot of times people think, oh, I have zero stand up. Come and watch one of my sparring sessions, and that will change. That will change, because I just don't fight. That's not where I predominantly like to fight. That doesn't mean I don't have it. That's like like Joanna, you don't really know if she has any type of submission game because she never uses it, because she always wants to get back to her feet and striking
Well,
it.
all right. Y'all stay with her. She going in and out, guys. So don't worry. I mean, she's driving, so that's what it is. So, but enjoying this, man. Hold on, Tatiana. I think the volume gone. Yo, Tatiana. I think the volume gone. Uh oh. Uh oh. She talking. I'm doing sign language, y'all. The coach is doing sign language live. Yeah, we can't hear you. Okay. She's coming back, guys. She's coming back to us. Okay. She's driving. So, when a person driving and she squeezes interview in, man, I'm thankful. I think you on mute, Tatiana. She'll get it back. She'll get it back, guys. Hmm. Okay, super chat, because I'm gonna ask her some of these questions. Jay, I saw your question. What I'll do is I'll open it up for questions here in a sec. Yeah, man. Guys, we got the number 4 ranked strawweight in the world, Tatiana Suarez, on the line right now. She's actually fixing the sound. Okay, I should have thought ahead for these things happening. Okay, she's coming back. Tatiana on a road trip. She's going to check out her brother, who's also a wrestler. She's just going to show some more support. And yeah, that's what she's doing. Let's see. All right, I'm gonna see if she can.
Oh, I got you.
There
I
you
can hear
go.
you.
There you go. Yeah. See, look. Hey, I made everything work. I was like, we got the number 4 strawweight in the world in here. She going to show her brother some moral support. He's a wrestler. Look, I was holding it down till you came back.
That's
uh,
good.
See,
That's good.
I like these kind of interviews because everything's in the natural. It's just
Yeah.
no editing. I don't have to prep. It's just right here. We doing it. Okay. Hey, Tatiana, I'm looking down and, we got some questions out of the stream. This is a question from Channel MMA with Jay. And she asked you, she said, do you plan on fighting again in 2018?
Um, I think it really depends on the UFC. I always told them, right after my fight, they follow me on Instagram. They follow me on all my social media, so they know I'm training again. So I think they know that I'm ready for another fight. I just think it depends on who they get me. Because I know a lot of the girls in the top 5, actually all the girls in the top 5, are either gone to a different weight class or just fought or is gonna fight. And so I think I have to wait for somebody.
That's okay. Hey, she doing it. Guys,
it would be great. Yeah, can you hear me?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, cool. Someone keeps calling me. Sorry. Anyways, so I'm like, now I lost my train of thought. Oh, so I think I just have to wait for somebody. I'm waiting for somebody to come up. I definitely wanted to stay in the top 5, but it doesn't look like that's probably going to happen. You know,
Yeah.
so maybe someone in the top 10 at least.
Okay. So somebody in the top 10, that's who you want to
So,
face next.
yeah, and the thing is so the thing people keep saying that uh, that they would want me to fight maybe the winner of what's the fight coming? Oh, Herrig and Watterson. And I'm like completely down, obviously, because before this fight, I said I would fight Watterson or Herrig, which is really funny that they got matched up together. Um, but I just think, they matched them up to make another contender, and I don't think that they want the person of the winner of that to fight me. So I don't really know. Maybe they do. Maybe they do. I don't know. We'll see. Because I know a lot of times they try to keep certain people away from other
Yeah.
people. That makes sense. Like if they have 2 contenders, they try to keep them like almost like a bracket. Like they try to keep them away from each other, and then they fight different people in the top 5, and then those people get title shots.
Yeah. Now,
They try
Tatiana,
to keep them away from each other. Yeah,
Tatiana.
go ahead.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, cause I'm listening, guys. Look, y'all, Tatiana need to be charging for this stuff, okay? I mean, she giving y'all top info, guys. These are jewels right now, okay? And I don't even think she dropped the best of them yet, okay? She actually telling you about the business, like how everything works with who fights next and whoever. I want to ask you, and then I know some people in the comment thread they want to ask you, okay? Um, how many people has actually turned down a fight with you? Because if you tell me that zero, I can't believe that. Because you're going through that division, okay? You're running through everybody that's in front of you. I know somebody has turned down a contract fight with Tatiana Suarez. You got to explain this to me.
Yeah, there has been people, but I don't like to be like messy and put their names out there.
Now, don't say their
So
name, but you know, I'm just, for me, I was curious. I know it's more, at least more than one person that said, nah. I don't think I want this work from Tatiana right now because, you know, it's just going to destroy my career if I fight this girl.
yeah, there have been people that have turned down fights. So but I respect that in a way. You know, if you feel like you're not ready for that, then that's okay. You know, like if you feel like you're not ready skill wise, I mean, it's your career. You know, I feel like if that's what you want, you know, like I don't really. At first, I'm like, oh man, they don't want to fight me, and then I get kind of upset because I want to fight. But I'm like, you know, they have their career to you know, look out for as well. You know, and I can't just expect people to do that. You know, I always accept people. I've never turned anybody down just because, like, one, I'm in the biggest organization in the world, and I have to fight the best people in order to be, you know, the number one contender. So I've never turned anybody down.
Wow. Well, we call, you know, that's a terminology I call ducking a fade, you know. And a fade is an old school term. It is. I mean, you probably heard of the word fade. I mean, that's what we call.
I fade like almost 20 times a day.
Tatiana says she fade 20 times a day, y'all. So she know what ducking a fade is. So, you know, if you ever hear me say, "Man, who ducking the fade now?" You know, hey, you know, but you know, we can definitely appreciate you because you're not ducking anybody. You ain't ducking and dodging anybody. Okay, you. I want to ask you about a quote, and then some people they got some questions for you, Tatiana. Boy, they're loading up the questions. I'm looking at them. Well, you can't see them. You can
Okay.
see them right. Well, you can't see them, but there they go. Okay.
Okay.
All right. You gave a quote, and I'm gonna tell you this is one of the most beautiful quotes that I've ever heard from an athlete, and it says this. Okay. It says, "If you want to win, you'll do anything in your power to make it happen." Slash Tatiana Suarez. Go in on that one, please.
What did you say?
Yeah, I read your quote. I read your quote. You know,
Oh yeah, no, I heard that. What did you say? Something after?
yeah. Hey, so tell me about your mentality on that, cause man, that's powerful.
Man, I ultimate fighter when I said, but that's still because people understand.
Okay, guys. Now we got the number 4 ranked strawweight in the world. She's driving, so the signal is gonna go in and out. That's expected.
Like the fifth thing given up for my sport. You know, I gave up a lot.
Okay. She probably hit a bad spot. You know that happens when you're driving, man. I'm telling you. Cell phone towers are like, boy, they scare us like fighters ducking phase. You know, they just are. Uh, she'll come back.
Okay,
There she
I
go.
got you.
Yeah, you got me. Ding ding.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, now you turn sideways. That's okay.
Okay. Gosh. Um. Anyways, basically, I've given up a lot for the sport, and the reason why I've given up so much for the sport is because I love it, and because it's being in a male-dominated sport for almost my entire life. Now it's literally actually my entire life because this is also more of a male-dominated sport. Um, for most of my life, my mom, would always tell me when I would, go into tournaments that, she wanted me to prove everybody wrong because no one believes I belong there. Ever since I can remember, men and people would tell me that I didn't belong there because I was a girl. And the thing is so funny about it is like it's mom to make me believe that I did belong there. I just believed that I belonged there because my heart was in it, and that's what I love to do, and it made me so happy. So even when I was younger, I was proving to people that I belonged there, and that it was something that I loved, and there was no one gonna tell me that I couldn't be there, and no one was gonna tell me that I didn't belong in that on the wrestling mat. So yeah, I've been proving things my entire life, and things are never gonna change. No one's ever gonna fully, not everybody's gonna fully support you, but that you just gotta have to roll with that stuff, and do what you love, and don't care what people really say about you. But I've given up a lot, and I've sacrificed a lot. I didn't walk at my own graduation because I was at Olympic trials. I didn't go to
Dang.
school dances. I didn't make friends real in high school at all because I was too busy, running during lunch so that I could be better for, my sport. So I never was able to make friends, So, I've given up a lot of time with my family, a lot of things, many, many things. So, um, like I said, you'll do everything in your power to win, and that's what I think I have done for a very, very long time.
Wow, amazing. Guys, that right there, that's like $1 million nugget. That's it right there, okay? That's $1 million nugget. Okay, now real quick, Tatiana, I got to read out what I call these are super chats. And what people do, they actually they make donations. And what I do with the donations is that I give it to up and coming fighters. Fighters that because it's the fighting lifestyle when you start out is tough. It's tough, especially financially. And
Yeah.
even if it's to buy some groceries or some gas, on this particular platform, we take those donations, we give them to fighters, and we cover a lot of women's MMA. So the women, to me, sometimes don't have all the opportunities coming up. So we give it to women's MMA fighters. So that's what we do here. So shout out to and I gotta read them out real quick. Rugby Queen, she donated $30 to an up and coming fighter. It could be anybody that's got a need. The Truth from the UK, and George Page from here in North Carolina. They gave their donations today. So shout out to those people in the super chat. And of course, because Tatiana dropping these nuggets, helping out fighters she don't even know. God bless you, Tatiana. That's what I'm talking about. All right.
That's great.
Now you kind of got a camera turn on us, girl. That's okay. You sideways like this, but I think that's okay. I think we'll take it. Okay. So what I'm gonna do, guys, is we're gonna now open it up for questions. Okay.
um,
Uh, Go ahead and ask.
Sideways.
Okay. I'm sorry. You said a Segway. Oh, you said a highway. Eh? Okay. 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 I thought you said. Okay. All right. So this question, this person said, what female fighter do you admire the most, and why?
What female fighter do I admire the most?
Yeah.
Man, that's a tough one. That's a tough. Uh, and there's so many that I do, so it's kind of crazy. And even some of them are at my weight class. Let me think. I would say I admire probably all like mostly it's like the oh I would say probably Kat Zingano just because she's gone through a lot in her life, and she always manages to overcome so many challenges, and she's a mom, which is like so admirable to me because I couldn't imagine raising a child and then working out 5 hours a day, and I think it's hard enough for me to work out 5 hours a day, and then also take care of a child. I'm so tired. I could barely cook. That's why I have a meal prep company.
Uh,
So I just think that's
Yes,
Can
yes,
you?
I can. It's going in
Oh,
and out slightly, but you know that's expected. You driving a car, okay? You're driving, so I get it.
I'm in the middle of nowhere. That's why.
That's okay. Well, as long as you're somewhere and somebody know that you're somewhere, so you know, in case something happen, you break down, somebody know how to get to you. You know, because hey, you know, because you know you drive, you know, you can beat people up and stuff, but you know,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So okay, so you know, I gotta ask this one. All right, so who do you see? Who do you see yourself actually being able to fight next? Let's just say, you know, I know people hate fantasy matchups, but you know it's got to be a top
Right.
five. I mean, you said Waterson and Herrick, okay, and you said you down for those fights, but who is it in that top five that you just like? I got to get a piece of her, okay? I got to get a piece of that. I got to get in there and just TKO her too, or choke her out, okay? Miss Tatiana Suarez, ladies and gentlemen, she is driving to go see her brother wrestle, okay? The number 4 ranked strawweight in the world, guys. And she's fixing her phone because when you're driving, you know, it happens, y'all. But God, dog, man. Guys, I'm excited. Can you tell? Like, I'm excited. Guys, Tatiana Suarez is here on the screen, y'all. God, it's Tatiana, y'all. Man, I know. Excitement, you know. I've interviewed a lot of people, but I just never get tired of interviewing top fighters or any fighter. I don't care if they're not top. I don't get tired of interviewing fighters, listening to the dreams and the passion. I mean, you know, she's 27 years old. She's full of dreams, goals. Guys, it's nothing more invigorating than listening to a fighter that's just they got everything. They got their whole life and they just see the world,
Okay.
you know?
Okay. I can hear you.
All right, Miss Suarez is back. Yes, yes, yes. We ain't gonna kill you too long, Tatiana. You know, I ain't gonna kill you too long. But yeah. So, you know, I asked the question. I know you say you down for Waterson and Herrick, but man, in the back of your mind, who do you really, really want to get in that octagon?
Um, I mean, all the girls in the top 10 or top. Uh, um, right now, I don't really have anybody in mind. You know, whoever they don't really have anybody. Like I wanted Joanna, and then you know, she went up, and you know, she's doing something
Yeah. So you try to get a piece of Joanna. Okay.
great. You know, so you know, best of luck to her. I, I only wanted, I only wanted her because I felt like you know she was a ex champion, you know, and for a very long time, and no one, you know, for a while she's had many title defenses, um, and I just thought you know it'd be a great fight for me, and a great challenge, and that you know I want the challenge.
Yeah, well, fighting Joanna would be a
And
challenge. Fighting Joanna is a
yeah,
challenge. But
exactly.
you've already saw yourself beating Joanna. I mean, come on. Cause look, I done looked at so much interview work. I've read quotes from you. I've read whole article paragraphs from you. Come on, a fighter of your magnitude, of your pedigree, of your mental capacity, you've already saw yourself beating Joanna. I mean, am I right?
Yeah, I mean I think every athlete you know envisions themselves you know beating everybody that's you know gets in front of them. I just think I just think they do, you know. So I've envisioned this for a long time, and then you know I think the fans wanted to see that, so that's what I really wanted. Just to, you know, I wanted to make you know the fans happy. You know, I wanted to give them something that they want to see,
Okay.
and that's something they wanted to see. And so I was like, well, you know, I'm down for whoever, but if that's you know that's who they want to see me fight, then that's you know then that's what they'll get. But then you know things changed, and you know they're gonna have to wait for that now.
Wow. Guys. See, she's conducting herself like a real champion. She's not talking about, that she want to fight him down the road. She's not talking about, well, this fighter better than me. Because I ain't heard you say not one fighter's better than you. You see, and that's, you said you're down to fight anybody. And I think people can get behind you and they can actually support you whether they agree with you or whether they
Wait, what?
disagree with you. I said, I said, I think that's why people will definitely get behind you, and I mean, new people are gonna get behind you because they can respect that you want to fight. Like you're not gonna turn a fight down. You're down to scrap with anybody that's willing to get in there with you. And I say willing to get in there because I believe it's been a few people that just said, I can't do this. Not right now in my career. Tatiana is bad for me, bad for business. And going up in their rankings, I think a lot of people they're gonna actually see. Now you've been working on your hands, okay? You have been working on your hands. Now people don't know about your hands. How dangerous are your hands?
Well, I think that they're pretty dangerous. I mean, the people, like all the guys at my gym say I hit really hard, and they're like, man, you look so, they're like, man, you stand up so good. Like, why don't you do it? I'm like, I don't know. I just like it's like second nature for me to shoot. I just kind of get like excited, and I'm like, oh, I want to finish the fight, and like I know that like I have a really great chance of finishing fights on the ground, and so then I just start shooting, and then like especially for my last fight, I worked on because I noticed that Carla, she like lunges a lot, when she punches, she lunges a lot. So we practice, a lot of like, shooting right underneath those like lunging punches that she kind of does, because she does like she does a lot of lateral motion with her punches, and she kind of go, like that's what she does. And so we practice like shooting right underneath when she does that. And she did exactly what we what we thought she was gonna do, and I took advantage of that. So but it's funny because she practiced trying to stop what I do, and that's she was practicing stopping a single leg, and then I did a single leg. So it's just crazy how like we both we like had our coaches study each other, and they made their conclusions, and then we both try to capitalize on our opponent's weaknesses and stuff.
Wow.
So
Okay, so two questions. I'm gonna give three more questions, and then ain't gonna hold Miss Suarez up because she's trying to concentrate on the road, and I kind of starting to get a little worried about that kind of thing. People driving and doing this stuff, so it's kind of it ain't resonating. So I want to see if now when I interview you again and you sitting and you chillaxing somewhere, I feel a little bit more like, oh man, okay, she's gonna be all right.
feel better when I can relax and talk. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, this question is from. I'm enjoying this. Okay, Tatiana, this question is from Channel MMA with Jay. She says, "What part of your fight game do you want to develop the most at this moment, like today?"
What part of it? I think I think just the hardest part to me for MMA is you know putting them all together. That's like the hardest part. Like the third period with Carla, I was gonna start trying to stand with her, and then she tried to take me down. I think I threw a kick, and then she tried to take me down like off the kick or whatever. And then I immediately started going back to like wrestling. Like I was, in my head, they're like, okay, just try to stand a little more this fight or this like last round. I was like, okay, I'm down. I got all excited, and then I started trying, and then she like tried to take me down. I was like, what the heck? And then I went right back into wrestling. I was like, damn, I was trying to get away from that, just do a little bit more stand up, just show a little bit more, just practice some stuff during, in the octagon, because I haven't been able to try it. And I thought it was a good fight to try it in, especially because I had worn her down for 2 rounds, and it might be a little bit harder. Although she's still, the third round, she was still trying to hit, I think she tried to hit me or something. I don't know. I don't know. No, that was the second round. But yeah, I think for me, I think just putting them all together and doing like more punches and then into like takedowns and stuff. And the thing is I do it in practice. It's just when I start to fight, like when I practice, I do a lot of stand up. I hardly ever wrestle and I hardly ever take people down, which is just insane to me that when I go and I fight, I do the complete opposite.
Wow. Wow. Yeah,
But
that
I think more like knees and elbows. I think I want to practice more and incorporate into my game.
knees and elbows. Okay, well, if you put knees, elbows, and then, people start seeing the stand up, that'll make you what they call a very complete fighter. But I think you probably already are a complete fighter. People just ain't seen it yet. Girl, I mean, people gonna start getting knocked out with you by head kicks and punches now.
Well, I mean, I did throw a head kick my last fight.
Yeah, you did. You know what? And I got a surprise for you when you look at this. Like honestly, it's two of them, okay? And I captured some moments, but I'm not gonna tell you everything, okay? When I send you this link and you'll see it, you're gonna get a kick out of two things on the screen I'm telling you, you're gonna get a big kick out of it. But since you said that, but you probably got an idea of what it is. Okay, last two questions, okay? This person, his name is Alejandro Chavez Murga. He's a huge fan, okay? He said, how do you see yourself fighting Valentina Shevchenko since you said that she would love to go up after getting a 115-pound belt? That's a good question, man. God, dog.
How do I feel about it?
No, like, how do you see, okay, how do you see yourself? Like, what do you do in a fight versus Valentina? And I'm trying to decipher that, okay? Um,
Well, see, the thing is, with that is Joanna is fighting Valentina, and we don't know if Valentina is going to win or not.
she answered your question right there, buddy, in 5 words. Tatiana is slick, man. Just like she's slick on the wrestling mat, boy, she's slick right here giving that question. That was beautiful. God almighty. I love it. Okay, last question. And this is an up and coming fighter. Her name's the War Machine Brittany Neiman, okay? Uh, she's an atom weight. And she asked you, she said, what do you do with your nerves before a fight? How do you handle that?
Oh my gosh! You know what's so funny about this is that this is an awesome question. Because there is this young. Okay, so you guys saw the entire card, right? Of the UFC 228.
Yes.
Did you
Yes.
see? Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
I did.
There was Irene. You know Irene Aldana?
Yep, Irene Aldana. Lobo Gym.
Yeah.
Lobo
Okay.
MMA.
Yeah. So she was asking me like, oh, what do you do? Like she was asking me before her fight. She was like, I'm gonna fight in like 5 minutes, and she's like, what do you do about your nerves? And I was like, oh, I was like, I don't really get, like I don't really get nervous. And she was like, really? And I was like, no. And she's like, oh, I get so nervous. And I was like, you're gonna do great. You're so powerful, because I was sitting there watching her, hit mitts and I've seen her fight before. I was like, no, you're gonna do wonderful and you're gonna kill it. Just believe in yourself. And she's like, okay, and she went and she did really well and she ended up getting the W. And she put on a performance, a fight of the night, which is great, but I was, for me, I just told her what usually people ask me when they ask me about that kind of stuff. I just say, one, I don't really get nerves because I've been doing it for so long. But the reason why I feel like I don't get nerves is because I work really hard and I just believe in myself. I believe in, my training. I believe, I walk in there and I'm like, no one's going to take this from me. No one's going to take this from me because I've been doing this for so long and this is what I love. This is my passion and I've worked hard and I'm just going to go out there, have fun, do my best. And I'm going to embrace this. I'm going to embrace whatever war that I have in front of me, and, regardless of whether I win or not, I know that I'm doing something that I love and that's something I'm passionate about and that's something I wake up every day really happy to do. I wake up so excited every day to learn something new, so as for nerves, I don't I think those things and those nerves kind of go away. The only time I really get nerves is like during fight week a little bit, but then once I get in there, it's just so crazy because I don't feel anything. I get excited. I see the fans, and I'm like, man, these people came here to see me fight. Dang, I'm blessed, and I just get really excited, and I'm like, this is awesome. This is excited, and I feed off their energy, and I don't feel any nerves anymore.
Man, God Almighty, guys, look, that's not a golden nugget. That's a platinum nugget. Okay, Brittany. Brittany, if you are not following Tatiana on social media right now, I'm not going to talk to you for the next 5,000 years. Okay, that was platinum. Okay, she don't even have nerves. The best way to deal with them is not to have them, cause she been in there killing people so well, not killing them, but she been in there beating them up so much, man. It's just a thing to her. But Tatiana, as a guy that watches fights and I coach, I'm gonna tell you what I've noticed with you since the Tough tournament, since you won Tough. You know what? I noticed that your transition times are just, man, they sick. They sick now. Like they were good back then, and it's like they're 1,000 times better. Like you transition from position to position, and you're setting up your takedowns now with kicks, and you're doing it with some jabs. And see, in the Tough turn, I didn't notice a lot of that. But this evolution of Tatiana Suarez, okay, it's like now you're using jabs and kicks to set these things up, and you completely threw Carla off, like because I don't even think she was expecting you to strike. I don't think she was expecting you to do any of that, and then you go in there and then you do it, and it's like she didn't know what to do. And Carla is a great competitor, a great competitor, but you took everything that she did well, you took it away with just patience and just precision, and you went in there like an assassin. Like I'm like, look at this assassin. Like you went in there, like can you just break down? And I know you got. I'm gonna let you go, but Tatiana, I had to tell you that I'm seeing this stuff. Okay, you 27, you passionate, and you're evolving. That's the sign of a champion. Talk to us about that for us, please.
No, yeah, that that's crazy because my coach was telling me he was having a conversation with someone the other day, and they were saying, oh my god, I was just watching Tatiana and she's a beast, because I was sparring, and he was like, oh my god, she's such a beast. Like her hands are so like so much better than people think. Like people think she has none, and she's like she hits people. She's hard to hit, she's hard to hit, and she hits people, and she has power, and she has her wrestling, and she has her jiu-jitsu, and she's just like starting to put it all together, that she's a beast, and my coach just is like, oh, like it's crazy because people haven't even seen what Tati can do, and people haven't even really, she hasn't even come to her full potential. Like she's still a baby in this sport, she's only been doing this for 5 years, so I
Wait a
just
minute,
think it's,
5 years?
yeah, yeah. So, so I just think it's just crazy, for the Carla Esparza fight, like I did exactly what I wanted to do. I kept my long distance. I mean, look at these long legs. My reach is long. I have long legs. I just kept her at a distance. She was so far away from me, and then she lunged, from a far distance, and then I would shoot underneath, because like even if I didn't lunge underneath her shot, she still wouldn't have hit me because she was so far away, like because I was keeping her at a very, very long range, I was kicking her away with push kicks. I was kicking her leg, I was throwing kicks. She probably didn't even she probably didn't see him coming. I think a lot of people, like, I just kind of throw them. They don't seem like they're hard, but a lot of the guys at the gym say they're really hard.
But they're not gonna lie to you. I mean, because they look like they hurt. The kick that you
Yeah,
landed in the fight, they look like they hurt. So, and you can hear him. You can hear him. You can hear him sound off in the whole arena. Smack. That come on, that hurt. And and they lying to you. If somebody tell you hit them, oh well, it didn't hurt. Well, they lying. Okay, I'm gonna tell you that now. They lying. Um, so my last and final question to you, and then you got to get to your destination. Okay, Somebody said, and this is who said this? Oh, okay, the truth. He's from the UK, by the way, watching this. He said, "Are you gonna consider a future in commentating? Sometime, in the near, because you seem like you'd be good at it. You sitting here commentating right now."
Probably not, just because I like, man, when I talk, I just talk. I cannot stop. You know,
You
like
can talk as long as you want to. This is your interview.
I'm like, man, someone interrupt me. Someone say something. Someone scream. So
Nah, it's about respect.
I,
That we respect the game, and we respect your hustle, and I respect what you know. I can't interrupt somebody who is just so passionate. I can't do it.
well, I'll hear an interview and I just start rambling on. I'm like, man, Tatiana, how did you go so off topic? Like, I'll probably be commentating about something. All of a sudden, I'll be talking about some cows or something. I don't even know.
Man,
I'm just a thinker. I think about a lot of things, and that's another thing. The reason why I joined wrestling when I was a young kid was because I had so much energy, and my mom was like, she needs something to focus on. She needs something to put all this energy that she has into something. Something positive. So she allowed me to wrestle, and I definitely put all my energy into it. I definitely put everything I had into the sport. So I just have a lot of energy, and I'm very, very goofy. So maybe they'll have me on there just to make people laugh. I don't know, but I'm very goofy. I laugh a lot. I'm like a comedian's dream. I tell this to everybody. Like, I am a comedian's dream. Like, if you say something even remotely funny, like, I will laugh hysterically for a long time.
really?
That's my personality.
Oh, okay.
So they might just have me on there to make me laugh or something.
Okay. Well, then, I guess if I make a meme then and, have all the top strawweights in the world and, hey, have Tatiana say, hey, who want to fight? And have them all scattering like, like ants or roaches. I don't know. That might make you laugh. Who knows, okay? Because these people gonna scatter, man. Tatiana Suarez, what? Oh, man, I got to get out of here. I got to get out of here. I can't take that work. I just can't take that work. That's too much work. I'm just messing. And look at that. And Tatiana, you got people in here saying you're in a better mood listening to you. Mr. TC Johnson, you're in a better mood. Wow. Hey, but that's the effect that you have on people, okay? That really is. And I actually got inspired listening to one of your stories. And it was one right off the tough. And two of your quotes, I actually wrote those down because I'm like, you know what? That's a hell of a good quote. Like, the one where you're talking about you can do anything to win. And then there was one more in red. Let me see how I wrote that down. Hold on, I wrote it. Let me find my paper here. It was two. It was two in red. Wait a minute. Okay, you talked about being hard. No, that's not it. That's not it. I tell you what. No, I have to move and go get it, so I ain't gonna do it. But it's the two quotes though, right after the tough tournament. Okay, I enjoyed those. Those are motivating. And then your story, like actually how you beat cancer, and then your story, winning the tough tournament, because you were underdog in some of your fights, and then you won those. I mean, it really listening to you, you can inspire anybody to just get off the couch and just go get some work done. I mean, it's really remarkable hearing you talk, and I just thought, man, I get to talk to Tatiana Suarez, and I know that sounds really like cheesy, but I'm talking to like one of the best fighters in the whole world at what she does. Like, I don't know if you understand where I'm coming from that perspective, but it's amazing. But okay, I'd like to give you a chance to, shout out a million people if you choose to. You can shout them out. You can talk forever. Shout these people out.
I would just maybe, shout out to my coaches and my teammates, because they helped me. Man, one in particular, his name's Manny Tapia, and he he comes in after, you know, he's a correctional officer, so he does like overnights, and he works like really long shifts, and sometimes he even works double shifts, and he still comes in. He used to be in the WEC, and he was a bantamweight back then, and you know, he's an amazing fighter, but he comes in during my camps Monday and Wednesday and spars with me after these long you know, shifts that he has, and I'm like really, really thankful, because he's so passionate about making me better, and that makes me, you know, I'm so blessed to have somebody like that like cares enough about me and my success to, you know, put, you know, his health aside, because I mean he should get some sleep, you know, and I always tell him, no man, you like go to sleep, you know, and he's like, no, he's like, you know, I never got to, you know, win a world championship, so I'm going to help you win a world championships. And I'm getting choked up even hearing myself say that, just because he cares that much, because he cares that much about me, you know, that he wants me to succeed that much. But yeah, I know I'm blessed to have, you know, great coaches that love me and care about me, and people like that to help me, you know, and that, you know, want to see me succeed. And then, of course, you know, my family is amazing, and they just, yeah, you know, they show up to my brother and his wife and my grandma and my mom. You know, they've almost been to every fight. So
Now, these
my
are the
brother,
great
my sister-in-law definitely have been to every fight, but you know, they all try to come to my fights.
Okay. Now these.
And
No, you keep going. Nope, you keep going. Go for it.
that was it. And my uncle comes. And
God,
usually
I messed it up. Oh man, dang it. Okay. So now these are the people at Millennium MMA, right? That you're talking about.
Yeah. Millennium MMA, yeah.
Man, that gym's savage. That gym is savage, man. Y'all in there doing some, like, I don't know, they killing y'all in there. But that's why y'all going in there. Like, I'm looking at some of your regiments that you keep posting, and it's like, golly, Suarez is she's a damn beast, man. I mean, you jumping on hurdles. I mean, you over there, girl, you sitting in a pool of your own sweat, and I'm like, dang, that's what Suarez is about. That's why she killing these girls. I'm happy. But Tatiana, I need you to take your energy and do a drop for me, okay? Just a small drop. Like maybe, you know, just say your name. Now you gotta be energetic now. If you say it boring, I'm gonna say boo. But you know, just say I'm Tatiana, whoever you are, and then and you're watching Coach Shelton Harrison.
Okay, I'm Tatiana Suarez, and you're watching Coach Shelton Harrison.
God, dog, that's what I'm talking about, girl. You said that perfectly. That was beautiful. Hey, and tell your brother that the coach said, man, he blessed to have a family like he's got.
Tell him what?
Tell your brother that he's blessed to have you and his family, just to have a family, period, that supports him. And tell him that I wish him luck and good blessings, you know, that he gonna win every single match.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, he's amazing. He inspires me always. Yeah, he's great.
Okay. All right, now don't forget to tell him, but you probably gonna forget though. But you know, next time I interview him, I ask you, did you tell him, you know? Okay.
I'll let him know. I'm like, someone said you're blessed to have me.
Oh, man. Dang, girl, you are amazing. Okay, now listen. Now, a couple of weeks for your next big fight. Can we have you on for a few minutes just to talk about it? You know, can you talk to the coach and the coach's fans about Tatiana Suarez's, you know, keys to victory?
Can I?
Oh no, I said, hey girl, when you get to your next big fight, you know, can you come back and talk to us again for a few minutes about the game plan, or just, you know, just talk to us about the fight when you got it lined up and you're ready?
Yeah, I can do that.
Well, God bless you. God bless you. I appreciate that. I mean, that's all I wanted. I'm just, Tatiana, thank you. It has been a complete blessing to talk to you today. Just as many people in the comment thread, you've been a blessing to them. I appreciate it.
No, thank you. I appreciate you having me on, and I just, you know, it's nice to be able to, you know, connect with somebody about the sport, because I see that you're so passionate about it. I've seen a lot of your videos, you know, so you know, I'm just happy to like be able to share and you know, share a little bit more about me, so that, you know, people can can kind of get a gist of who I am, you know, and hopefully I can put, I guess I put someone in a good mood today. That's great.
You sure as I don't know what did. You sure did, man. So, yeah, well, thank you. Thank you for watching. I mean, I've seen just about every fight that you got. So, watched it more than one time because I do film studies. So, yeah. But Tatiana, thank you. And I'm going to send you this link, and you're going to get a kick out of what's on the screen. Trust me.
Okay.
You're going to get a kick, and I hope it makes your day.
Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate it.
Okay, please drive safely, okay?
I will.
All right.